Hi friends, welcome to another episode of Real Talk series. By the way, this is a 4-part series because it's kinda long and I want to share the whole resignation journey with you guys. And we are starting with part 1 entitled Reasons. I wrote a bunch of reasons why I quit my job as a high school teacher in a public school in Manila, and you might relate with some, so here it goes. There's this one morning wherein I can't stop crying and all I want to do is quit. I kept telling my husband that I'm done, I'm so done, ayoko na talaga, sobrang ayoko na ginagawa ko ngayon, done. And he told me to get a paper. First, list all the reasons why you want to quit. Second, list all the things you can't do while still working as a public high school teacher. And third, list all the things you will do after resigning. So I did it all and wrote a bunch of reasons why I want to quit. Wrote a list of things I can't do while still working in that institution. And last, I wrote a long list of things I want to do after I quit. That time, I didn't realize how valuable that action was. And I thank my husband for pushing me to do that, or else I'ma end up doing nothing, Disclaimer, this is just me and my experience. So don't discredit me or for what I felt for 8 long years of service. Yeah, you got it right. 8 years. Some of you might say 8 years ka lang pala Ako nga dekada na. Some of you might say buti naka 8 years ka pa. Ako nga 1 year pa lang sukon-suko na. Here's the thing guys. We have different situations in life, but my hope for this video is to help other teachers who might be feeling the same as I did, and to help to clarify things and bring light in their decision-making process. So if you're in the middle of the processing of your decision, you might want to stick to this video or this resignation journey first. Yes, I did process. For the record, it wasn't really easy to decide resigning. It was really a hard thought process. A hard thought to process. It took me 3 years of processing and led me to finally do it. 3 years, guys. 3 long years yun. 3 years of saying to myself, you can still do it. You still have a purpose in here. Kaya mo yan. Called ka dito. Malalagpasan mo rin yan. 3 years of doing that to myself. Little did I know that those years of pushing myself over my limits led me to something I can't control anymore. It was 2019, pre-pandemic. I wanted to quit already. I had 5 years of service that time and it's okay for me. I've tried. I'm thinking I can work as a teacher in Japan or New Zealand or international schools here in Manila. I have other options. I'm still young. DepEd is not the end game, What I'm experiencing that time, it wasn't ideal. I'll tell you why later. Remember, I have a list. So remember that in mind. So I was about to quit, then pandemic happens. My friends at work says, pandemic naman, we're still in the comfort of our homes. Huwag ka munang umalis. Sayang naman, like that. They keep on convincing me with that thought. And I agreed. Okay naman yung setup. Plus, the tech-savvy personality in me loves this idea where we involve technology in our teaching. And yes, I was one of those teachers who promotes technology and hated traditional teaching as just the basic medium inside the classroom. I just really hated doing all over the traditional things in classroom. So, school year 2020 comes. Online meetings, seminars, webinars, online conferences were non-stop. Back-to-back, laging may meeting. And I was on fire. I really love those things, improving education with the use of technology. The quitting process was gone for a while. Honestly, I think that year gave birth to my passion as an influencer, and I developed my new skills and passions and even mastered more creativity in graphic design. Come 2021, February, I was unfortunately voted as a faculty president of our school's organization of teachers. How ironic, just to think of this, it's just popped in my mind, to think that whenever I meet new hire teachers in school, I shake their hands, like magpapakilala ko, I will shake their hands jokingly and I will tell them, Ma'am Mitch po for president. Now, ngayon ko lang siya nare-recall. But I haven't thought of being one. Maybe president of fan clubs, but not organizations, So I had this huge responsibility in my hands. And the leader in me cannot stop working, planning, deciding, organizing, teaching, improving, and repeat it Mondays to Fridays. Even weekends, I work my ass off. That's how I commit myself into work. I'm proud workaholic. I make sure things are done. Hello, responsibility trait. Since then, my life changed. My view on how I treat people, how I post things on social media, how I value my family and work ethics must undergo quality check always. Because I believe, as a president or as a person with huge responsibility, I have this vast scope of influence. Things are serious now. And I'm so scared people might judge me or criticize me for the things I didn't think about twice or thrice before doing it. I don't know how you will take that, but that's just me. Anyway, I have a different series about my presidency. Subscribe so you don't miss that video. Long story cut, I have a piled up responsibility that is all new to me and I didn't know how to handle or who to ask for. By the way, hindi ko alam na pwedeng tumanggi. Kasi merong mantra or umiikot na sistema sa atin sa public schools na if you're given a task, bawal ka tumanggi. Lalo na kung bago-bago ka or bataan ka lang or baguhan ka lang. Now, every day was like issues after issues. I could still remember I have 8 to 12 calls a day talking to people about things on my plate. I was so desperate of help and how I can get out of this strong. Because, by the way, I didn't run for this position. I was just voted because of their trust. And I value that. And I thank God for that. Because if I didn't do that presidency, I may not be this person right now. I may not be pushed to really know what I really want for life. So, back to the topic. I have no rest day after day, week after week, meeting after meeting, enormous planning, and just working 24/7. Since pandemic, there's no excuse for you to be anywhere and be gone and unreachable because we are all at home. So, alam nila nasa bahay ka lang. So, wala kang excuse. It was unhealthy. It was draining. It really sucked the life out of me. So, here comes that thought again. I wanna quit. Ayoko na. Ayoko na naman. Like that. And this was the time where I wrote those lists. I was really considering doing it for real. Na this time, ito na talaga. Tototohanin ko na talaga. But I have other personal reasons too that added fuel on my actions to finally do it. 2022 was really a hard year for me and a roller coaster one. I got sick, COVID, twice. I was too stressed from work. I can't sleep with the issues that I inherit from the former officers. I was too busy working and not giving myself a break because I'm a workaholic. Also, on good note, we got the notice that our newly bought house will be turned over to us and ready for occupancy. It was actually far from the school where I worked, around South Luzon, so it was really a hard time traveling back and forth every day. So I was torn between staying in Manila alone, being far away with my family, and moving into a new season with my family to the south. Again, I might have a different video for this because it was really an eye-opening and life-changing for me. I hope to bring lessons from what I experienced. Now, the list. And again, disclaimer, do not discredit me. This is just me. I actually wrote 37 reasons. Reason after reason. You might find this like few, but for me, I have long lists. But 37 is sensible, So this is reason after reason. I just kept writing that time, but I will only say my top 10. Because some are too personal, like it's so specific with specific people or specific attitude or specific circumstance or situation. So I will not say those things. Number 1, I was really overworked. I hated the idea of announcement ngayon, deadline later. And that time, I have to work or I have to take home paperworks, and even weekends, I have to work. No time for me time. So I hated that idea. Number two, I have loans. This is really a big deal for me because when I was a new hire, I really have no foundation of financial literacy. I started learning how to loan or in an early part of my career than to save. I have no financial literacy back then. When I was a new hire, uso pa yung tara loan tayo, yung nakaka-addict mag-loan. Because it's so easy to get the money if you want to have something. And nung time nung pumasok ako sa DepEd, 2 months or almost 3 months delayed yung sahod. Wala kaming kinikita. So, napautang talaga ako sa auntie ko for me to makapasok lang araw-araw. At yung baon ko and all, ganyan. Plus, nung nagkaroon na kami ng sahod, kailangan ko din siyang bayaran. So, wala ka talagang buff bago ka maka-start mag-ipon. Ganyan. So, I didn't really learn how to save money for the things I want to buy or achieve. Even my graduate studies tuition, my first instinct is to loan, not to save for it. So, yung uso talaga yung utang ng utang. Reloan after reloan. Kaya walang yumayaman sa amin. Wala akong naipon, baon na baon pa ako sa utang. Kasi ganun kadali. Napaka trending ng mga marketing strategies ng mga loaning companies to us teachers. Kahit yung government institution na nag-offer ng loan sa amin, sobrang dali lang. But there's benefits naman from that government agency. But, again, the goal is for you to save, not to make utang and utang and utang. That's my number 2. Number 3, I wanted to help my students in their school supplies needs. But, I too is suffering financially. So, it's really a sad part on me. Like, nade-depress ako sa bagay na yon. That, how can I give what I don't have? Plus, everything that I use in my teaching comes from my own salary. I wish na the institution provides more for the teachers. Talagang sariling bulsa, like the lapel. Minsan, yung blackboard, pag nasira pa ng bata, ikaw na lang sasagad kasi hindi din naman nila kayang pag-ipunan yon. Electric fans, TV, yung stand-on TV, projectors, lahat yon. Sariling bulsa ng mga teachers. So, if you have a friend na teacher, I hope you have the initiative to help them out. Like, sponsor a classroom, sponsor a teacher. It really is a big help to them. Number 4, reason why I quit. I hated the system. It was so draining. To perfectly do something, then they will tell you that there's changes. Alam mo yun, tapos mo na eh. Biglang, uy, may pagbabago daw. So, ikaw naman, dahil sumusunod ka lang, babaguhin mo. And after like a minute or like an hour, they will say again na there's changes again. So, gawin mo na naman. Print ka na naman. Babaguhin mo na naman and all. And it goes on and on. Minsan sa isang araw, naalala ko, naka 4 to 5 revisions kami ng cover ng isang project. You know, nakakainis yun, nakakadrain yun. And also, they hated the idea of technology. Or should I say, digitalized or systematized way of 1,000 forms that we used to fill out. Gusto pa talaga nila yung pen and paper. Yung tipong tinype mo na-encode mo na, kailangan pa talaga isulat ng kamay. Isulat all over again. Aksaya sa oras, energy, and effort. Ayoko talaga ng ganun. Parang hindi ko na kaya gawin pa yung mga ganung bagay. Number 5, this is really one of the best one of the reasons. I hated serving in elections. I'm sorry. This is just me. It was deadly. It was a terrible experience for me. I don't want to be part of it anymore. I will not risk my life for a payment of 3,000 to 6,000 pesos for a 24-hour service and elections. Teachers, you know how hard it is. I cannot emphasize more. You know it. Quick back memory, no? Naalala ko, sabi pa ng isang principal namin, bayad ka naman! Bayad yung serbisyo mo. It was really hurting and awful thing to say to your teacher, you know, sir. And in my mind, I wanna ask, babayaran din kaya ng gobyerno yung pang-ospital ko sa mga sakit na makukuha ko sa eleksyon? To tell you the truth, nagka-UTI ako that time. 1 week, paano? Walang iihi. Tapos pagkain mo for 24 hours, puro fast food. Tapos, mas mabuti pa yung food ng mga watcher. Totoong ulam. Menudo. Menudo, men. Kami, matigas at malamig na chicken fillet at malamig na pawis na kanin. Sobrang hirap. I really don't want to serve in election. Like, gusto ko naman magserbisyo sa bayan. Pero, grabe yung trato sa amin para kang hindi guro. Parang hindi ka nag-aral ng 4 na taon. Parang hindi ka karespa-respetado. Tapos may time pa, natutulog kami sa sahig. Just been waiting for us to be called up sa line. Kasi pilahan yun eh, pag magpapasa ka na ng mga voting paraphernalia. So, sobrang hirap. Ayoko nang danasin yun ulit. Number 6. I also hated the idea of demo teaching from time to time, you know. And if there's still more you want to, like, as if there's still more you want to prove to them. I get it, and it can be understood for promotional requirement or ranking systems. But for no reason, they would just want to have a demo teaching during seminars. It was unreasonable. Plus, uso pa yung turuan, bunutan, kapag bata-bata ka pat baguhan, kawawa ka kasi ikaw ang unang sasabak sa demo. Hindi ba dapat ideal yung mga masters or head teachers ang mag-demo muna? Para makita ng mga bagong teachers yung mga strategies at ang galing nila para pwedeng gayahin at ma-improve ng mga new hire teachers. Di ba dapat leaders first, then we follow? So, parang yun yung hinahanap ko sa system sana. And I think isa yun sa mga nag-cause ng trauma sa akin. Kaya may mga panic attacks ako. Kasi tuwing may ganyan, usapang demo, bunutan, nakakaba yun. Lalo na kapag marami kang work, sasabay pa yun. Sobrang stressful yung bagay na yun. Next, number 7. I hated that many are greedy in their positions but didn't know how to function. Plus, they don't want to leave the position. Or they don't want to train other teachers so they could have a help in their task. I don't want to be in this kind of system, you know? Kasi parang, ayaw mo ng position mo, pero puro ka reklamo, ba't ayaw mo bitawan, right? Tapos, hindi ko yun magets. Again, this is just me. Okay, I'm sorry. Number 8, we teachers need to do our best to find our students. This is so funny. Who kept missing our classes. Back in the day, nung tayo pa yung estudyante, we are so afraid if we miss a homework, a project, or if we miss class. Nakatatakot talaga tayo pag nagkakasakit tayo dati. Kasi feeling natin babagsak na talaga tayo. Now, nowadays, ikaw pa ang hahabol talaga sa mga bata. Masama, parang kasalanan mo bilang guro or kakulangan mo bilang guro kapag bumabagsak sila or di sila nagpapasok. Then, if there's some issues went down along the way, the institution or the head teacher or the principal, they value the students more than the teachers. No support system, no protection for teachers. Ikaw pa yung masama at the end of the day. So, sana mabago to. Number 9, very routinary na lang na magtrabaho ng magtrabaho. Like, you will not be successful enough until you reach certain rank in the system. You are not worthy of any praise, gratitude, or attention. Like, you're just nobody. Yet, here you are, drained with observations, drained with demos, drained with paperworks, and extra ancillaries or positions, with tons of pressure from your toxic co-teachers. Grabe. People may say, lahat naman pagod eh. Yes, lahat pagod. Talagang nakakapagod. Pero kapag ikaw yung nasa laylayan, ikaw yung baguhan, ikaw ang pinakapagod. Ibang klase yung trabaho eh. Hindi mo masasabi talaga. Nung naging president ako, iba din yung pagod kapag nasa position. Pero nakikita ko din yung pagod ng mga nasa baba. Plus, mababa din yung sahod nila compared mo dun sa mga master teachers, mga head teachers na pagod sila, yes, kakaiba din yung pagod nila, pero malaki yung sahod nila. Not compare sa mga T1. Number 10, last, one of the reasons talaga na napaalis talaga ako, like, ayoko na talaga. This made me push the button na, ayoko na. Number 10, there's no value for mental health. Or any health at all. Di ka basta pwede mag-leave when you feel mentally drained or emotionally damaged. Or even physical weariness. You can't take a leave for that. Naalala ko, baguhan pa lang ako nun eh. Kahit nasabihin nila dapat maka 3 years ka muna bago ka makapag-file ng leave. May ganong sinabi sa akin dati yung head ko. Grabe, nilalagnat na ako nang pumapasok pa ako sa school. May sore throat ka na, nagtuturo ka pa rin. Parang there's no point. Parang makaka-leave ka lang pag malapit ka na talaga mamatay eh. May ganong moment. Nakakatawa yan pero nakakalungkot siyang isipin. So you need to find someone pa who can take up your classes when you're gone. You need to ask permission and wait for it to be approved first before taking an absent. Like, I felt no value at all. There's no work-life balance at all. So, ito talaga yung end ko na, isa sa number 1 checklist ko na pag ito, na-checkan ko, alis na talaga ako. Kasi, grabe na, lalo na pandemic, ang dami talaga nag-struggles mentally. So, nung time na yon, parang ito yung one of those greatest reasons why I wanna quit. Kasi it's really affecting me, my peace. And ayun nga, dahil workaholic ako ng sobra, nahihirapan na talaga ako mag-focus sa dapat kong i-focus. Now, these are just some of my reasons. Just some, guys. There are a lot of other factors that affect my decision. And it wasn't really an easy decision. To sum up, I was really not happy anymore. I knew to myself what I want and that I can't find it in my job anymore. So I had to quit. And I'm not urging you guys to also quit. It's all up to you. Lahat yan, at the end of the day, kayo pa rin naman masusunod at magdedesisyon at magpaplano ng buhay niyo. But what I am encouraging is, you need to find your happiness in anything that you do. Hindi lang sa work, hindi lang sa friends, hindi lang sa family, sa finances, and everything that you do, you need to find that happiness. If you're unhappy, it's really hard to live and continue doing it. Kasi minsan kahit mahirap, pero masaya ka naman, kaya pa eh. Nagagawa mo pa siya. Pero kapag mahirap na, masakit na, hindi ka pa masaya, tama na. Tama na, mahal ka ni Lord. Binuhay ka ni Lord for a purpose. Hindi ka niya binuhay para lang mahirapan sa buhay, you know? So, I hope that ma-encourage kayo with this. And I think this video is taking too long, but thank you for listening. The part 2 of this series is about the process, the requirements, and how to resign really. Ano yung dapat i-file na form, saan gagawin, ganyan. Ang dapat kung unang, what is the first step and all. So, check out the next video. I hope to see you with that. See you guys. Bye!